less than an hour, Norway's prime minister will be joining hundreds of grieving relatives at a memorial service in central Oslo. They'll be honoring the victim. News out this morning from the maker of Tylenol. They're reducing the maximum daily dosage of the pain reliever to lower the risk of any accidental overdose from acetaminophen. Beginning in the fall, labels on...
A lot going on. Let's get right to it.
All right, time running out. House Speaker John Boehner had hoped to bring his debt ceiling plan to a vote last night. It didn't happen. The vote was called off after it appeared Speaker Boehner was... Yeah, we're all sitting here going, are you kidding me? No. I'm for it. I mean, the whole thing...
Because all of the time, effort, and energy that's going into John Boehner trying to get this passed in the House, they know, even though that happens, they hand it off to the Senate, but it's not going to get through the Senate.
I know. All right, so and behind the scenes, Washington's preparing for a post-August 2nd world where the Treasury will not have enough money to pay all of its bills. Mary Snow joins us live now. Mary, what are the government's options if the debt ceiling is not raised?
You know, sadly, not a lot. And, you know, people outside Washington are scouring for potential.
Washington's preparing for a post-August 2nd world where the Treasury will not have enough money to pay all of its bills. Mary Snow joins us live now. Mary, what are the government's options if the debt ceiling is not raised?
You know, sadly, not a lot. And, you know, people outside Washington are scouring for potential...
Congressional approval for anything, even the FAA these days, you know?
The congressional coin, the $1 trillion coin is kind of neat, though. It's like, because I don't know that we owe anybody $1 trillion. So you got to go and ask for change.
Exactly. And then, I mean, how do you...
And the guy on the other side of the counter, like a, you know, a wise acre buddy.
Go with two $500 billion coins, you know, then you can at least split, you have a better shot.
You wouldn't be using it in New York, you'd be using it in Hong Kong or Shanghai,
That's
you know?
a good point, that's true.
Thank you,
they always
Mary.
carry change.
I'll see you in the next hour as well.
Mary, thank you. World markets are...
Well, a Texas judge has granted polygamous leader Warren Jeffs' request to defend himself in court. But when it was still at American Morning, they are dead set against raising the nation's debt ceiling, but there are... "51 minutes past the hour. Look at your morning headlines. House Speaker John Boehner may try again today. Headlines. American Morning is back right after a quick break. American Morning is back right after a quick break.
Okay, talk about a heart attack on a plate. The Big Kahuna Donut Burger making its debut at the New York State Fair.
Big Mac. A Big Mac's what, like $8.50?
That's a lot. 1,500 calories is yeah.
Maybe a Big Mac's $5.50.
But really, we're less concerned with the calories than the crazy combination of a donut and a
salt,
burger.
Savory.
So it's our question of the day for you.
Yeah, what's your craziest food? We're going to take a quick break. 4 minutes till the top of the hour.
People are creative.
I just wanted to get to see put my shoes on. It's hard to run from the desk here in heels. Christine knows.
I do know.
Welcome back to American Morning. Go ahead, Ellie. What?
No, that's good to have you.
All right, any network that wants to land the first interview with Casey Anthony, by the way, has to be willing to fork over $1.5 million to get it. It's hard to run from the desk here in heels. Christine knows.
I do know.
Welcome back to American Morning. Go ahead, Ellie. What?
No, that's good to have you.
All right, any network that wants to land the first interview with Casey Anthony, by the way, has to be willing to fork over $1.5 million to get it.
about this? Because back when that first spate of invitations by Marines was out, you had a lot to say about it. What?
Well, first of all, I said that I didn't think that Mila Kunis was going to go,
Right.
even because Justin.
And now it does seem that she is going to go.
Right, it was kind of goading her into it. So
Right.
then she says she is going to go, right?
Right.
Then Justin gets asked, he says he's going to go. All I said was, that's great. I mean, I have to see it to believe it. It has to actually happen.
See, all right.
Because I don't know. I mean, logistically speaking, you say yes, but you're this big Hollywood star. Can you really do that? And not have it be a security mess or impede on other people that are there at the dance? Just thinking logistics.
All right.
You know, it's like trying to plan a wedding. All right, we'll talk about your heart attack on a plate. The Big Kahuna Donut Burger making its debut.
Times this week.
3 times
it's a
this week I
Canadian-
talked
Check the
about poutine.
transcripts.
Canadian delicacy.
He has said poutine.
It's a
3
Canadian
times this week.
delicacy, that's right.
All right, isn't that an oxymoron? Forget it. Keep your comments coming. Send us an email. All right, good morning, everyone. It's Friday, July 29th. Welcome back to American Morning.
We have a lot of new developments this morning on the debt crisis. You're looking at a live picture right now. This morning, we want to bring in David Gergen, our senior political analyst, live for us in London. In minutes, we're going to be looking at why House Speaker John Boehner is struggling so much to get the votes for his plan. We're going to be speaking to Stephen Moore. He's a senior economics writer for the Wall Street Journal editorial page.
House Speaker John Boehner's bill to raise the debt ceiling may be at a dead end thanks to defections by Tea Party Republicans.
Their political position is clear, but it appears some of the most outspoken anti-debt lawmakers have plenty of personal debt. CNN's Brian Todd is following that.
Brian, thanks for that. Well, Tropical Storm Don could end up dumping nearly a half a foot of desperately needed rain on South Texas.
Yeah, the storm is expected to...
Population on the planet Earth will hit the 7 billion with a
come
B mark.
on.
Yes,
Really?
it's pretty remarkable growth over the past 12 years.
Hold. Still to come this morning, major health news from the makers of Extra Strength Tylenol.
Guys, ahead on American Morning, is it possible to have a tech-free vacation? I don't know. No black.
Contributing factor that suggests
So a
things are
couple of
slowing down.
questions. Some say that, of course, emerging economies will grow faster because they have a lower bar.
Right.
from the starting
I'm
point.
certainly not meaning to suggest that we should be growing the way China is, and there are lots of problems with growing that quickly.
Right.
The issue here is that we're growing slowly. We expected to in the second quarter.
Right.
We were not expecting the first quarter to be that low.
So you're saying that when they revised those
That's
numbers,
right.
we thought we were growing probably double at the pace we were.
That's
yeah.
correct.
And
That's
the
what I meant.
narrative was we thought that things were slowing into the second quarter.
What are we achieving here? We're trying to check your stuff, or how to go away and be fully wired?
No, how to go away and not
So there
check
are
your
some,
stuff.
Yeah, there are some resorts that actually make it so that they take the decision making out of your hands.
Absolutely.
All right, tell us about
well,
that.
a lot of health-oriented resorts.
What is the? How does it help? What do people say?
Look, I mean,
Els, I'm so nervous about this conversation. All right, tell me about a digital detox.
some people call this a hotel trend. I don't know if I'd go that far, but the Fairmont hotels, they're in Chicago and California. They do something called digital detox. They've had.
Is slow or simply doesn't exist. There's no Wi-Fi. Forget it.
Yeah, Christine, it's harder and harder to do that. You might go to the North Pole. You might go.
Highway, because it's impossible to get cell service.
You got to change carriers, but there's a place in Alaska. It's called Ultimate.
Anymore in terms of their mind. I remember when you used to have to buy a phone card. You remember? And you'd walk to the payphone at the resort because you don't want to pay the roaming fees.
Yeah, I mean, I think we forget how you can get Wi-Fi
You can
now
get
on a lot of
Wi-Fi
airlines now, and I think it's only a matter of time, unfortunately, before cell phone use on flights in the U.S. is going to be permitted. The last bastion of electric.
Mark, good to see you.
All right, thanks, guys.
International editor of Travel and Leisure magazine. Thanks so much.
All right, it is 47 minutes after the hour. We're going to check the morning's top stories and the markets straight ahead.
52 minutes past the hour right now. We'll look at your morning headlines. House Speaker John Boehner's plan to raise the debt order tepid. The government reports today. They say that growth in the first quarter was actually a lot slower than they initially thought. They say that GDP, which is really the broadest measure of the nation's economic health, rose at an annual rate of 1.3% in the second quarter, according to the Commerce Department. We'll have much more analysis on that from Allie and Christine, but we're going to be right back with the day's headlines. There's no shame in crying.
Nothing wrong with crying, right, Kiran?
Absolutely. I'm not going to cry, but I just want to tell you guys, as some of you know, today is going to be my last day here at CNN. It's going to be my last day at American Morning, and before I leave, I just wanted to thank everyone, all of you out there, for letting me into your living rooms each morning for the past nearly 5 years. I've enjoyed it. You know, I always say you have to really, truly love what you do to leap out of bed before 3 a.m. every morning, and that has been the case for me. I feel very lucky to have been able to work with wonderful, kind, dedicated people here at CNN. Doing and working hard. Look at my buddies. Oh, can we take that shot again, please? I mean, these people come. I'm not going to say goodbye. I'm going to say see you soon. And to both of you, it's been a pleasure.
And see you again.
Allie.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
All right, I'm gonna break it up.